Well, this is certainly new. Um, Welcome to Wellness with Walsh podcast. It's something I'm hoping to do, maybe once a week. I'm gonna have one long form YouTube video for my channel once a week. It will either be a podcast, kind of like this, or um, maybe a lifting video, just some sort of longer video, other than just these shorts and TikToks. But no, this is new. So I'm gonna be interviewing successful people on this channel, or people that I can talk to that I don't know certain information about, because I'm only 21. I'm young. I have a lot to learn. I would really like to interview some wise people on the channel, or people that have found success doing this or that, or but I'll kind of just dive right in. I got this book um, right here to kind of help me stay on track. So I'm not going to be reading like this off of it the whole time. But on this channel, I want to make sure everyone knows this. My whole goal of this is to really stay authentic and build that connection with the other side of the screen. I'd like to make it feel like I'm actually just having a conversation with you, and none of that bull crap, fancy, yada, I'm perfect type stuff, if that makes sense. Because that's certainly not me. So, yeah, get started here. Got my coffee. It's good stuff. Black coffee only, if you're real. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, it is black though. But okay. So today I will be talking about kind of just my channel and my life story and all that. So, uh, three things I'm gonna talk a lot about on this channel is gonna be, these are like my three main pillars. I'm gonna have spirituality, the most important pillar of my channel. Everything, glory to God, He's first out of everything. God is above. That is the goal. And I'm gonna have mental side of things. So I'll be interviewing people about their mentality, how they got through hard times, and how they accomplished this, staying disciplined, all that, yada. And then lastly, the physical side of things, which is just kind of like taking care of your body, and that could be lifting, that could be running, it could be I eat this way, um, cold plunges, saunas, all that good stuff. But how a person takes care of their body. So I'm just gonna start with my routine, and I should nail these three pillars. But so I'm currently in college. I go to college for carpentry. uh, I did 2 years prior for a landscape horticulture design degree. So I have a landscaping business I started last summer with a friend of mine, and we're going to pursue that full time starting in May when I graduate again from college. This 1 year program, only this carpentry stuff, and I took the carpentry program to further my knowledge. I definitely, going into it, I didn't know diddly. I mean, about that kind of stuff, and it's got me more construction minded. Um, so shout out my teacher Steve if he's listening. But yeah, so I just wanted to add more to my business and be able to do more as a landscaper in that regard. But my routine, gotta stay on track. Uh, I wake up, and the first thing I do is, first thing I do is I go to the bathroom and I weigh myself. I'm currently on a cut, so I'm tracking my weight pretty good right now in calories. But right after that, I go back in my room, and first thing I do is I open my Bible. I don't get on my phone, no reels, no texting, no social media, nothing. I think getting on social media and scrolling right away to start your day is probably the worst thing you can do. Your dopamine receptors are going to be fried, and the rest of the day you will have a short attention span. And or if, let's say an example, you see like a bad text or like a reel, and like it just instantly puts you in a bad mood. That's not how I'd like to start my day. So I start my day with a little God's word. Got my Bible right here. Firm believer. And yeah, so right now I am in Leviticus. I'm trying to read the whole Bible in a year, and it's March 19th, and you might think I'm a little behind, which I could be, but um, I use ChatGPT and ask it like how many chapters do I have to get per day to finish this in a year, and right now I'm at like 3 or 4 a day. So yeah, I'm in Leviticus right now. Leviticus has been a struggle. Ain't gonna lie, just a lot of laws. So after I read my Bible, um, I like to get some morning sun. I think this has been huge for me. Morning sunlight, for whatever reason, just gets my brain going. Okay, and it just makes me feel good, clears my mind. So what I like to do is I like to go for just a really really short walk and get some morning sun. Also, I think natural lighting is great for you. If you're in your room, if you got windows, I just pull the curtains up, get that natural light in. But I think the little walk in the morning with the sun before I eat anything is great. Now, these are days I don't have class. The days I do have class, I still read my Bible in the morning, but then I just get straight up ready for class and then go to class. Um, so after that, I don't usually have my first meal till around 1 o'clock right now. I'm cutting weight, and the whole um, fasted, yeah, being fasted really helps. So from my window time is like right now it's like from 1 to preferably 9. Sometimes I get a little bit later than I should. I did notice when I stopped eating like 2 hours before bed, uh, it helped me sleep better. So I'm gonna try to continue to do that. Try to be in bed by 11, up by 7. Yeah, and at least this time of the year, uh, I start landscaping in May, and my whole schedule will change. But definitely recommend getting in the Word right away in the morning. That's been huge for me. And then after that, I make some black coffee. So, and I just sip on this. Sometimes I drink it like I go through a lot of coffee. Sometimes I drink it all the way till 1. It's filling. Yeah. It's just filling. A little caffeine helps me think in the morning, so it gets me going. But so 1 o'clock, I will start to cook food. I'll do a whole like food day, but I kind of have right now I have like a staple meal, I call it. So like one meal per day is the same every single day while I'm cutting, because it's very easy to manage and control, and it's a very filling meal. It has a lot of fat and protein in it to start my day, so it keeps me very full. And then later in the day, when I go to the gym, which is around, I would say 3 or 3:30 lately. Uh, Before I go to the gym, maybe an hour before, sometimes less, I'll eat like a little yogurt bowl. But we don't have to get into all the um, food on this podcast, but some carbohydrates before my workout. So once I get that, I'll lift. Usually right now, because I'm on a powerlifting split, training to build strength, which is not good that I'm cutting, but that's a whole nother topic. Um, my lifts have been taking me a while. So usually like an hour 45, and then I do like an hour of cardio. No, you do not need this much time in the gym. I choose to spend this much time in the gym right now. Maybe I'd be better spending less time in the gym. I don't know. But I'm enjoying my last month and a half of college. So I have a little free time on my hand, even though I have a lot to do with my business side of things. But my main work doesn't start till May. So I can, I can have that gym time right now, which has been awesome. I know this is kind of out of order, but uh, going back after my morning walk in sunlight, um, I like to do this thing where after I get my coffee, I call it 4 B's of the day. So it's Bible, uh, business, body, and then oh, brand. Duh. So Bible, body, business, and brand. And Bible's on top, body's probably second. The other two probably business and then brand. Definitely business then brand right now. I'm trying to build a brand, um, but my business comes first. My main source of income. Um, yeah. So, but the 4 B's. So Bible, I will first write down like what I read or what I'm going to read. Because sometimes I would like to read 3 chapters in the morning, but then I sometimes I like to also read my Bible before bed a little bit. So I'll just kind of write, for example, Leviticus chapter 3 through 7 today. Um, and then I'll write that down at the top. Okay, that's Bible. Body. I have leg day, and this is every day. I get 11 to 13,000 steps in right now because I'm cutting. Usually, I'd say anything above 10. So chest day and 13K steps. Okay, write that down. Then I go to point 3. That is business. I write down I'm going to work on this part of my business. So, for example, like today, I have website lights and tree order. So I have to do a tree order for the tree farm, and website lights is a subcategory within a website that I'm building right now, and I have to get that subcategory done so I can show we offer these lighting this lighting stuff. Um, Number 4 would be brand. So like for today, for example, I had this. I had I'm going to record my first podcast. Well, first podcast alone, and talk about this thing. And I also had on there that I was gonna do a little video reflection and a Utah trip release. So that's what I had for my brand. So 4 B's: Bible, body, business, brand. And this is actually something ChatGPT made up for me because I went into AI and I said, these are all my goals in life and everything I want to accomplish right now. I mean, things change. But this is what I want to get done. This is the time frame. How do I get it done by this time frame? Make me a plan, strategize me a detailed plan so I can get it done by this date. So ChatGPT went in and analyzed all that and then spit out a bunch of stuff at me. And it came up with this 4 B's thing. So it enables me to move one step closer to my goal of finishing the Bible every day. It allows me to move one step closer of building my body and getting stronger, and building muscle every day and losing weight right now. And for the business side of things, it allows me to accomplish this huge list I have to do with my business, um, that I have written down. I upload all that in there and it spit out, you need to focus very detailed, specific on one thing, not Not all these things at once, or you're never going to get done. You're just going to keep hopping around from thing to thing. Okay, you need to build systems, is what I was told, and uh, not goals to get this done today. So when I'm marking that bullet point, like any other bullet point, I'm very specific. For example, I'm going to read Leviticus chapters 3 through 7. That's a very detailed plan. Okay. And then I go and do it, mark it off, I check it off with this pen, and then it's done for the day. Um, and then I'm moving one step closer to that goal. Same goes for all my other goals. That's the lift, that's the business side of things. I'm going to do lighting and record, or I'm going to lighting and a tree order. Cross it off the list when I get it done. Boom, now I'm moving one step closer to my goal. The fourth thing, my brand. I'm going to record this podcast and then I'm going to do a video reflection later and my trip for Utah. I get those three things done. Boom, cross it off. It's off the checklist. Now my list is going from this to this and eventually nothing. And that's how you get things done. And that is a system and not a goal. So number one, my number one, what am I looking for the right word? Advice to you guys is to build systems and not goals. And I think I can do a whole nother podcast on this subject because how much it's helped me. And I think there's a lot of different strategies you could do with this. Okay. So, I would like to talk about, I'd like you guys to get to know me if you don't know me. And I would really just like to build that kind of like feeling like you've known me for years, even though I'm some random guy talking to you across the phone. But I would like to dive a little bit deeper into back when I was a kid. So, kind of my full story. Um, my full story is uh, growing up. I was raised in a Christian home. We grew up going to a Baptist church, and I still currently go to that church when I'm home. Otherwise, when I'm in college, I go to a different church. And I grew up. I grew up going to church with my family every Sunday. Not that going every Sunday saves you. Man, I have missed plenty times, plenty times. But um, so I grew up in the church, and I think this is important. But I was saved at a really young age. I asked Jesus to come to my heart in a really young age, and with that, being at a young age, I was also baptized. I think I had to be like 10 or 11. I don't know, somewhere around there. Um, and after I was saved, I was baptized. So then going from there, from being, let's say, 11 years old, that's a lot of time for change. A lot of times, a lot of things change from there, from 11 to 21. Um, so I don't say I was like the good kid in high school. I mean, I did stupid stuff, plenty of stupid stuff as well. But I didn't really drink. I didn't drink at all in high school. I didn't get into any of that party scene stuff. I was honestly too worried about sports. Uh, I grew up playing basketball, loved it. Uh, ran track, and I did baseball for a while, but it just didn't pan out. Just I don't know. I just sucked. But I should have done football. I should have done football, but I was very little back then, not built like how I am now. Um, but that's another story. But I encourage you guys to do all the sports you can because man, look back at those days and that was a lot of fun. And it was only a few years ago, and that was a lot of fun. But so yeah, that's my story. I get to college, and I kind of just throw everything out the door. So now I'm partying it up um, at the Kegwood is what they call it. Um, I still have never smoked. I've never hit a vape. Don't do that stuff. scares me. Just scares me putting that stuff in my body. But I did get into partying, and drinking, and nothing's wrong with having a few beers with your friends initially, but getting plastered um, a lot and just partying a lot, that's where the problem comes into play. Um, so yeah, that's what I was doing freshman year, like a lot of other freshmen. I just heard a weird click. That was weird. Like a lot of other freshmen, I just partied it up. I kind of just threw everything out the door, and yeah, found this thing called Salt Company. It's like a Christian college ministry, and that was a huge deal for me. And I found some very, very good friends through that church and through that whole ministry. So I went to this thing called the Salt Conference, and at the Salt Conference, it was just shocking. It was just like thousands of college students just worshiping Jesus in one place from all over the U.S. and all over different colleges, and kind of like my eyes were kind of like reopened. And it's kind of like a moment where it's like, what am I doing with my life? I say I'm a Christian, but I'm not living like one. um, yeah, I kind of just threw it all out the door, and then I came back to it. Um, and God welcomes back with open arms. So yeah, I'm no one's perfect. Far from that. Still have my struggles every day, but that's kind of like the baseline of my college story, and very simplified version. Because I mean, I go on and on about stories and all kinds of stuff, but but yeah, that was kind of like the very baseline of it. And I kind of like had this like opening of like, what am I doing with my life? And then I really got focused in on like the future and how I'm living day to day. And I just can't keep living like this, you know? Like, I want to be, I want to live up to what God has in store for me. So, in order to do that, I need to drop all this stuff. Not saying you can't have a good time with your friends. I'm just saying that partying every day is not something I'm called to do. So, yeah, it's kind of like my simplified story there. So then going forward, um, 2 years go by, I get the horticulture science degree, and I really start finding growing my own food interesting, and like the concept of homesteading, even though I'm like this far into homesteading, and it's like a huge like niche or open door. I don't even know what you want to call it, but it's a huge field that I think a lot of people just don't know about. But it's like growing your own food and kind of being like self-sustainable in a way. There's lots of different types of homesteading you can do. You can get really into it or just like really partial into it. But I think it's great. And so I think that degree kind of led me into that spot because we like learned about growing plants and hydroponics and all this kind of stuff. So, but then going from there, 1 year of carpentry. I graduate in May, and going back to last May is when, yeah, I think last May is when I started because I've had March, April, May. Yeah, because I've had 10 months of filming now, and I haven't, well, I just posted the first time this week. It was the first time I posted a video, and I've been recording for like 10 months of different just stuff. And last May is when I started recording, and when I like was scrolling and see like I want to do this social media stuff, and I want to talk to people about God. I want to talk about people how they can change their body to be more healthy, and because I went on a really dirty bulk freshman and sophomore year of college because um, I I don't know why. I just thought I needed to eat a bunch and get big, but I just got fat. So don't recommend dirty bulking. Um, yeah, and after that, uh, I did my first cut, and it ended last May. Like like I'm talking cut. Like, I had done mini cuts before, but like this is the leanest I've ever been. I don't know, body fat percentage, I wasn't all that, but I was pretty lean. And hopefully this cut I get even leaner. And that's the goal with more muscle. So I won't even have to get down to as the weight I got down to last time because hopefully I put more muscle in my frame. And so yeah, I really wanted to get into social media thing and to help people, and I wanted to share my story and my fat loss, fitness, lifting journey. And I think it also blends with eating right, which blends with the homesteading part of things. Because how cool is it to finish a lift and then go um, eat the stuff that you have grown or prepped and or raised, and and you know where the food's coming from, and it's not coming from corporations that are just trying to make you sick and kill you, or they just don't care about your health in general. Um, how cool is that? Living like that, living self-sustained, and I work out, and then I gotta go eat the food that I have also grown, which both those things just feel rewarding. So it's kind of my goal with that side of the things. But then uh, going forward with social media kind of takes me all the way up to now, March, which is the first week. It's the first week I've posted a video in the last 10 months, and I was scared. I was scared to upload a video, and I was scared of what people were gonna think of me, and yeah, that was really it. I mean, it wasn't the work to put in or any of that, but I was scared of what people were gonna think of me. And well, now I'm doing it, and I don't care. But my mindset flipped. It changed there because the people that are gonna make fun of you for posting on social media, one, are they really your friends if they're gonna make fun of you for posting on social media? One, I mean, your good buddies might give you a hard time, like, dude, you look like an idiot in that video or whatever. But that's a whole different thing. But like, I'm talking to people that really talk crap behind your back. Um, are they really your friends? And what value do they bring to your life if they're gonna talk like that behind you for your back? It's different if they're being honest with you and give you critical feedback. But yeah, so that kind of like was a switch for me in mentality. And I've had the passion to help others my whole life. I get joy out of doing the most simple things. Like last week, I think it was last week, I made my mom and dad sandwich for lunch. I didn't even eat the wonderful five cheese, two meat, delicious sandwich I made. I didn't even eat it. I grilled chicken and bacon and melted like five cheese on sourdough bread. Like it was awesome. And um, yeah, it looked good, but I'm gonna cut, and I don't want to eat all that right now. And but I got the joy just to go give it to them and like see the smile on their face. And it's just like the little stuff like that. Like I don't know. I've always found joy in talking to people, and so that's kind of my why for social media is I have a really passion to help others, and I think that you should do what God's calling you to do. And that's a whole nother topic, but not saying God's calling me to do social media, but I think God has always called me to like help others. And I've always just enjoyed talking with people and being real with people and having those deep conversations. People may come to me for advice or to vent, even though like it's stuff like maybe I don't know anything about, but like, hey man, I'm here to listen. And like I don't know, I just like find joy in those things. So yeah, if you ever need someone to talk to, um, I'm your guy. I'm your therapist. No, I'm not your therapist. uh, but I always listen, and yeah, I've always had a passion for just helping others. And the second side of the social media is I think it'd be really cool to make a career out of this. I'm not saying that I don't want to just leave landscaping behind because I also do like landscaping. I'm a guy that likes a lot of different stuff. I'm a guy that's a good. I'm a guy that's I know a lot about different things. But I'm not necessarily like good at like really good at one thing. I just kind of know like a bunch of things, which kind of is weird. Um, I don't know if I phrased that right, but I find little hobbies and interest in a lot of different things, and it feels like my mind is just bouncing around all the time. But but my second kind of like reason for social media is the career part out of it. If I could do this as a career and say like I did go viral and got a bunch of subscribers or whatever, that'd be awesome. And getting paid just to like talk with people and help others, like that sounds like the dream to me personally. Um, yeah, it really does. I mean that would be the dream, just to help others and yeah. But so I think that social media is like a golden lottery ticket. Okay, so with social media, let me just start over. So social media is like a golden lottery ticket. Unlike the lottery, you have to pay to to get a lottery ticket. Well, social media is totally free. I mean, I'm gonna upload this video for free. It's gonna go on the internet, and some are you gonna watch, and others aren't, and that's that. But unlike the lottery that you have to pay for, say in social media that you can also just keep posting, 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 and posting, and all those posts are free. A lottery ticket, you have to buy and buy and buy and buy and buy, and then maybe win. But on social media, your percent chances of making it is way higher than the lottery. And I don't know what that number is, but I know it's a lot higher. And you're also getting value, and the only thing you're out is time. And you're learning along the way and growing yourself as a human being. You're growing your mind mentally, physically, and spiritually, is what I'm doing on this channel. And maybe on other channels, they're just one centered, niche focused about this topic, but they're going to get really good at that topic, doing it over and over and over again, which is great. I mean, you're learning and you're doing it for free. The only thing you're out is time. And I've had conversations with this about a lot of people, but worst case scenario, if the only thing I'm out is time and I have all these videos, I could look back on all this stuff someday when I'm hopefully old and maybe have kids, and like I can show them like my journey. Like this is how step by step I made it. Here is a portfolio of all my videos and me talking when I was your age and what I thought and what I was like. And now you can go out and do what you want and see my mistakes and hopefully learn from them. And that's what I think about. So, it's like kind of like a win-win. I mean, even if you don't blow up, but if you do, you can make a great career out of it. So it's kind of like that's my second reason. Um, that's my why. But yeah, I think that's about all I wanted to cover. And I'm in a 34 minutes out of that. Whew, I can ramble, I guess. But to wrap it up here, that's kind of like my whole story. I go more in depth on different things throughout my story. I just kind of wanted to cover a big, this is who I am, and this is my why, and hopefully I covered that in this video. But I'm gonna keep talking about who I am and why I'm doing this, and giving advice and learning from others on this podcast when I interview people about stuff I don't know about, stuff that I can improve on, people who have found success. I'll be learning there right with you guys. And the whole point of it is just to get it out there so everyone else can learn as well. And so yeah, we'll be learning at the same time. And I'm going to be posting my journey on the business side of things and social media, the brand, the fitness journey, and all that stuff. This is why I decided to name my channel Wellness with Walsh, because this is a wellness channel, and overall well-being, about being healthy physically and a sharp mental mind, and most importantly, spiritually, having that deep rooted relationship with our Savior Jesus Christ. So that is my why. And I'm going to say this over and over and over again. You guys have already heard it for a week, but have purpose over comfort, meaning your purpose should be far greater than your comfort zone. So just because you're uncomfortable doing it, if your purpose is this, you should do it, because with uncomfortable things leads to growth, and nobody grows if they just stay where they are. So you're going to have to get out of your comfort shell to achieve your purpose. Yeah. And I also say nothing changes if nothing changes. Now, I'm really big on this because, like, I look at my past, and they just use growing muscle for an example. Nothing changed because I was doing the same thing over and over again, and I wasn't seeing results, but I was still doing that same thing over and over again. So why would I do that same thing over and over again if I wasn't seeing results? Don't you think I should make a change? So the whole point of this is change your life to what you want out of it and what God has in store for you. So nothing changes if nothing changes. So you got to change something if you want that one thing, or if you want something. So be the change, have purpose over comfort. Thanks, guys, for a first podcast video. I don't know how many people will hear this or listen to this, but let's do, oh, I can't even do it on my phone. It's going to do a step count. I follow a few creators that do this step count throughout their day on their podcast. Let's get, I don't think I can do it. Here we go. Activity. I usually check on my phone, but my phone is, I'm using this to record right now. Okay. Can't see it. Maybe. That's probably a horrible view. 2,206 steps is what I got today. I'm going to get 13 today. So if you're listening to this before your day, let's get it. If you're listening to this any other part of your day, let's still get it. Thanks, guys. Thanks for a great first podcast.